Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. We have a roll call, please.
Campbell.
Present.
Morgan. Nordentoff.
Here.
Half.
Here.
Ware.
Here.
Sula.
Present, we do have a quorum. If everyone would please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the first item on the agenda is the opportunity for a public comment. This portion is intended for things that are on the agenda, but excluding the public hearing items, because we have a special opportunity for public comment during the public hearing. So does anybody wish to speak? There being none, I'll close the floor to the public. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from our meeting that was held back on March 4th. Does anybody have any questions or comments? If not, a motion to approve as submitted would be in order.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Paff, second by, was that Mr. Campbell? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a minor sign exception for the BP located at 4885 Grand Avenue.
Thank you,
Shannon?
Chairman Sula. So Paul Mikas, project architect for WT Group AEC, on behalf of Graham Enterprise, requests a minor sign exception regarding Trio BP gas station and convenience store. One, to construct a second monument sign and to also increase their sign height by 25% from 12 feet to 15 feet. Trio BP is located within the CT Community Commercial District. I do want to bring your attention to the existing signs on the corner of Grand and Riverside Drive. You have the Grand Mill Plaza sign that's 22 feet 4 inches, the Walgreens sign that's 14 feet, the Gurnee Plaza sign that is 22 feet 7 inches, and the existing BP sign that is about 19.5 feet tall. So the proposed locations for the two signs, one will be on the corner of Riverside Drive and Grand. The second is Grand and Milwaukee. It's a little bit interesting because this property sits on a lot, not just this lot, but the Primo lot has 3 corners, so it connects to 3 different streets, which is why they are asking for a second sign, so that they can get frontage from the Riverside Drive and Grand and also from Milwaukee and Grand location. These are the examples of the signs and the setbacks, which are approvable. So right now, the property, which will be going through a different type of, I guess, well, it will be 870 feet of street frontage altogether. The village ordinance states that you have to have at least 1,000 feet, but because of the oncoming shape, and as I said before, it being 3 frontages, 3 streets, that the minor sign exception could be something that the board could allow. So.
Yeah, the difference between the property lines that you see on the Trio site plan and what you see on the parcel map, there's a land swap that's in the process of being done between the owners of this property and the owners of Primo, to normalize, straighten out that property line and make it more workable for both sides.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here from Trio this evening? If you could please use the microphone. That's okay.
Can you guys hear me okay? Just before I answer your question, I'm Paul Mikas. I'm with WT Group. We're the architects and owner's representative. Graham Enterprises, who would normally be with us this evening, my boss and him, they're at another business engagement this week, so unfortunately they couldn't make it, so they asked me to come down to make sure that I could answer any questions or provide any more information that you might have.
Thank you. I just want to make sure that I've got the protocol right. I know we have the authority to grant approval for the minor site, the height.
Mhm.
Do we also have authority on additional?
Yes.
Okay,
Both of those are minor sign exceptions as defined in the zoning code.
okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Personally, I'm okay with the height of the sign. Looking at the mock-up that's here, I think it would probably fall in the category of what we used to call a high-quality sign.
It's a,
Because it looks like it's brick.
They're asking for what the material is on the.
Oh,
Yeah.
the cultured stone
Okay.
or the, which particular part of the sign were you interested in the material?
The entire face.
The entire face, okay, the entire face is going to be built out of mason
Okay.
and covered with the cultured stone. The leaderboard is of a, like a weather-resistant, it's pretty much pre-finished aluminum, colored in the green as you see there. The BP logo with the Helios, as they call it, is, I don't think that's lighted. No, the BP's not lighted. The Helios would be lighted, and the triangle would not be lighted, but I believe the trio and the tiny yellow triangle would be lighted.
it would be a combination of a distinctive materials as well as a screened box sign.
Okay, so
Mhm.
staff agree that it would qualify as a quality sign?
Yes.
Okay. And I personally am okay with having two signs on the far corners. Unique situation. Does anybody have anything they'd like?
I agree.
Okay. Todd or Dave?
The position of the sign at the corner of Milwaukee and, well, Riverside and Grand Avenue, it just looks like where you have it there, it's gonna, the only people that's gonna see this, if you're heading northbound, the only people that's gonna see the sign is the people in the parking lot, is the way it looks. The way it sits here. Like, here's the sign, it comes this way. Grand. So if it comes this way, then the people here is going to see it more than here. What it looks like to me. I don't know about the. This looks positioned a little weird to me. I have no objections to the signs, but. Yeah, the orientation, like it's sitting here as opposed to.
Well, it's kind of perpendicular.
Yeah, it looks
To
like if you look at it, it looks like it.
I mean, the way
comes-
they have that superimposed, if you look from the top down, you
Yeah.
can see it's more perpendicular,
Like
right?
it comes like straight down this way when if you're viewing it, so.
Yeah.
The road's not going to see it as much. 'Cause it's right here, it's coming this way. Here's the sign. As you come straight down, it'd be hard to see. The only thing I see on that, but like the other sign on at the Riverside, I mean at Grand and Milwaukee, it perfect because this is like this way.
That's a 45-degree angle on
Yeah.
there because,
It could be just the shape of the lot that makes it kind of weird. That's the only thing I see with it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. When I was placing that sign there and I'm doing the drawing and I'm asking myself, is anybody going to see this thing? Number one. And number two, I'm kind of landlocked. It's really the only other place for it. The owner would like to have two signs. And I pointed out that there's really not a whole lot of real estate left to
Correct.
put a second sign. That's the optimal second location for it. But the only difficulty I had is there is a 10-foot setback requirement off the property line with that sign. I would have liked to have moved it closer, more in view. Unfortunately, I have to abide by the ordinance and stay within that 10-foot setback. But the ideal viewpoint of that sign is traffic going, is that east and west Grand Avenue?
Grand Avenue's east.
Yeah, so the east and west traffic is primarily intended, that's the sign's intent to capture the view of that traffic.
Yeah, the one on the east sign or the one at Milwaukee and Grand will get your east-west traffic. I was thinking more of the north-south traffic, how you going to see it heading north. It doesn't seem like it's oriented good, but.
The best we could do is facing east on the back side of the building. We're putting one wall sign on that face. That's about as best we can do. To have any northbound or southbound traffic on Milwaukee Avenue, see anything Trio would be on the rear wall of the building.
Big picture, going to meet the setbacks and the permitting process, it's up to them to decide the right angle. So, I mean, from my perspective, we should focus on the height and whether or not the additional sign is warranted or. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, from a height standpoint, I mean, it's going to be placed at probably the lowest relative to everything else on all the other adjoining properties around it. So I'm in favor from that standpoint. And I also thought that it architecturally appeared to be a high-quality sign, so that felt like a fair exchange for the second sign, as we as a village gain a high-quality signs through the process. I had to try to connect some dots on what was going on here because I didn't know about the site development and what this all was and everything. So it took me a little bit of time to sort of piece this together, figure out what was happening. Obviously it's a complete site redevelopment. So when I pulled up right now, I was trying to figure out, like, get my orientation as to what was actually really happening here and what Trio even was. Didn't even know what Trio was. So I had to try to figure out, like, well, what's the significance of Trio on the sign to begin with? So I'm caught up now, so everything's fine. And given, being at the site was incredibly helpful, obviously, then to get the perspective of the distance and everything like that. So I think in light of all that, I'm in favor of.
Okay.
Because as we said, the location, the size, the shape, I'm in total agreement. Second sign is needed for more visual. I'm not sure about the height. I just, I was there earlier, and I go there all the time, and you can see it well enough. So that's my.
Perspective, it's going to be like 5 feet shorter than the existing sign. It's like within a foot of. Personally, I think it's. All right. At this time, it sounds like we're ready to move on to motion. I suggest, just in case, that we do 2 separate motions, one for the additional sign and one for the. So we'd like to start with the additional sign.
I can. Make a motion to approve the request by Paul Mikas, project architect for WT Group AEC, on behalf of the Graham Enterprise for a minor sign exception to the construction of the second monument sign.
Second, any discussion?
As a reminder, this is final authorization. This is under the Planning and Zoning Board's purview.
So this is a motion to approve. Okay. Roll call, please.
Campbell.
Aye.
Nordentoff.
Aye.
Paff.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Sula.
Aye, motion carries. And then moving on to the minor exception for the height.
Yeah, I make a motion to approve the request by Mr. Paul Mikas, project architect for WT Group AEC, on behalf of the Graham Enterprise for a minor sign exception to increase the sign height by 25% on the property located at 4885 and 4821 Grand Avenue.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Campbell.
Aye.
Nordentoff.
Aye.
Paff.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Sula.
Aye, motion carries. So the process is complete in terms of authorization, so the next step is building permits and development of the site. So please thank your client for embarking on what's going to be a very nice improvement to that corner. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I just have one more question for Shannon. How do I contact your office to finalize getting the sign permit for the sign contractor?
Okay, so now there would be, you would not be able to do the permits right now
Mhm.
until have the building going. So
Okay.
the permits department would not issue or do anything permit right now.
You can apply, and the permit applications for ground signs and wall signs are on the village's website. So
I
you
think
can
he has already applied, so
Oh,
it's already
okay.
in the system, but, you know.
Okay, so we just can't issue the sign permits before we issue the full building permit.
Okay, I know that we are bidding the project right now, and I think we just finished with, I can't remember the gentleman's name. I think his name is Nick with the city engineer's office.
Mhm.
And we just had one more round of comments with him that he just approved. So I believe we'll be getting our building permit in hand shortly.
Very good.
So the sign permit, again, will be ready at the time that the building permit and construction starts.
Correct.
Okay. I just need to let the sign contractor know that. Did you have any other questions for me?
We're good.
No,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. My pleasure.
All right. The next item on the agenda is includes a public hearing on behalf of Advia Credit Union. I've been informed that the petitioner is not here. And it's up to our discretion whether or not we want to continue to hold the meeting this evening or not. I mean, it's, as background, they're replacing a sign in exactly the same place and substantially the same size. And they're asking for electronic messaging, which is consistent with the protocols that we've established in the past. So if you are all comfortable with proceeding without them present, given the nature of the request, we can do that. Otherwise, we can continue. How would you like to proceed?
It's not required that they be in
No.
attendance. Personally, I can move this thing forward and continue.
Anybody object? Okay. Shannon, could you give us that?
Thank you, Ms. Sula. So Steve Vandersloot, the representative on behalf of Sign Art Incorporated, is requesting a minor sign exception for a reduction in setbacks and a special use permit for approval of an electronic message center sign. The subject property is Zone C2, Community Commercial District. As you can see on this picture, this is the existing location of the sign. And I just wanted to show as well, that one of the reasons why the sign really can be moved is because up front is headed by this culvert detention, and is also this retention pond right to the east of it. And there's really, it really could not be moved based on the layout of the property. And then just to go through it quickly, the existing sign is in this location. And then according to the zoning ordinance, freestanding signs must be set back at least 10 feet, but he's doing a minor sign exception to reduce that relief. And this is what the electronic message center sign is. And they wanted to keep it exactly how the board approves it. So everything is basically to the letter what has been approved with other EMC signs. So, guys.
Does anybody have any questions about this one? Ed?
I think it's very appropriate for there. I think the height is going to be good because you got the electrical boxes in front, and that's going to be the best way you can see it at that height. I think it's the only location you can put it, and that's the proper height, and they've agreed to all the other requirements we have for the signing.
Okay. Dave?
Yeah, I mean, clearly there were some challenges with this location, you know, given detention and the retention pond. You know, so to try to push it further away from Washington Street is not really practical. You know, if I read my packet correctly, I believe the stated distance that it was from Washington already was at like 22 feet or something like that. So there's already a pretty fair amount of distance, you know, I mean, unless Washington's going to go from, you know, 2 lanes each way to 4 lanes, you know, I don't see this as being really an issue. So I think it's probably pretty appropriate given the challenges of the site.
No comments. I think it'll be a nice replacement of it. And I think they are, if I read correctly, they're removing or they're going to re-landscape. So it'll be nice to make it easier to read because now covering some of the signage.
Just for the formality, it's a public hearing. I'm opening the floor to the public. Absolutely nobody in the building, so I'm closing the floor to the public. So I suggest we move on to motions. We need two separate motions. One would be an approval for the minor sign exception, which we have purview over that. And then the second would be in the form of a recommendation to the village board for the electronic. Sure.
I move that we forward a favorable recommendation to the village board to approve the petition, recommend to the village board the minor sign exception to allow.
No, wait, Dave, we have authority.
We have authority on this one as well?
Well, it's a little misleading there, so we're going to break it up. So this will be the approval, and then this will be, two will be the recommendation.
So we can approve the minor sign exception, but we have to recommend to the village board for the
For
electronic
the
message.
EMC?
Yep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, take two. I move that we approve the petition for the minor sign exception to allow 0-foot sign setback for the purpose of replacing the existing sign with a new EMC sign at the same location for the property at, excuse me,
50.
Next line down.
5103 Washington Street.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Campbell.
Aye.
Nordentoff.
Aye.
Half.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Dula.
Aye, motion carries.
I move we forward a favorable recommendation to the village board to approve the request for an electronic message center sign on the property located at 5103 Washington Street, subject to the following conditions. Number one, no portion of the image may flash, scroll, twirl, change color, or imitate movement. Number two, the electronic message center sign must have an automatic dimmer and photocell which shall constantly monitor ambient light conditions and adjust sign brightness accordingly. Number three, the use of bright white backgrounds for electronic message display is prohibited. The use of an amber color for the electronic message on a dark background is encouraged. Number four, all portions of the electronic image message must have a minimum duration of 30 seconds. The message duration shall be reviewed by the village board in 6 months from the date of approval of the special use permit to determine whether it should be adjusted. Number five, the electronic message board shall be shut off between midnight and 6 a.m. Number six, the minimum height of the electronic letters and numbers shall be no less than 6 inches as to make the sign easier to read. Number seven, the transition time between messages shall be instantaneous. Number eight, the entire message shall be contained on one screen. There shall not be any two-part messages or continuations. Number nine, the electronic sign shall have a resolution of 6 millimeters.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Campbell. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Campbell.
Aye.
Nordentoff.
Aye.
Half.
Aye.
Ware.
Aye.
Dula.
Aye, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is, our meeting is scheduled for May 6th, and I'm told that we have a public hearing that's already been noticed, so we will be having a meeting. Next item is opportunity for public comment. Again, there's no one in the chambers, so close the floor to the public. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone. Stay dry.
Has there been any talk